Welcome in, Hitman. Hurry. Oh, my cat just ran past. We'll be live very shortly. Welcome in, Jay. We are going to be live extremely shortly. Nothing like good old SmackDown versus Raw 2006. You're damn right. We're going to get some really fun games in here shortly. Oh, do I have my filler? Oh, I do have my filler on. Cool. You know, my PS2 emulator is actually just setting up. I forgot that I did something that I will explain very shortly. Anyway, we have so much to talk about. Welcome to the stream, everyone. I hope you're well. Oh my god, I'm out of breath. Hello, everyone. Billy Markiplier. Hello, everyone. My name is Markiplier. Oh my god, right. So, my cat has the zoomies, and that door's shut, so they may burst through the door like the Kool-Aid man. This room is so warm. I'm going to die. Hitman. SVR 6 has become a top 10 favorite wrestling game for me. I mean, it's alright. I always forget to reset my camera every time. Oh my god, I'm warm. Really warm. These lights are surprisingly warm. So if you saw on the channel earlier today, you probably didn't because no one's watched the video, but that's okay. Final Fantasy VII Revelations has been announced, and oh my fucking god. I'm so ready. I am so ready. Take me to spring next year, because my god, I am ready for Final Fantasy VII. I may take that video off VPW because it's not wrestling themed. That makes more sense. I'll probably put it onto my gaming channel because I was talking before about having a dedicated wrestling channel and a dedicated gaming channel because I want to play other games. But you guys want wrestling, and that's okay. You know, everyone is allowed to watch whatever they want to watch. They made it. They're going to make it. They have announced that next year, Remake Part 3 is coming out. I'm very excited. Part 3 being the end. Anyway, the end of the story. Grab your DeLorean because we're going straight into the future. Exactly. I'm so excited for it. My emulator, I mean my very real PS2 that I'm playing these games on, it's still scanning for games because I compressed my PS2 games down and it needed to rescan for the compressed files and not the uncompressed files. I ran out of hard drive space, guys. It's a real problem. It's a real problem that AI bros have these days. I'm not an AI bro, but it's causing me to lose hard drive space and there's nothing I can do about it. So, my save state is no longer compatible with SVR 06, which is a little bit unfortunate. So let's see if the game even loads. Yeah, so I'm hoping. Oh, the game does load. Awesome. And we have patches as well. Okay, so this should work then. I'm going to be using the Steam controller today as well. Before we play SVR 06 though, I think I started something last week that may be a revolution on this channel. I think we should play Wordle. Because I know, original idea, right? Nobody's ever played Wordle before in a stream. But I want to. But I want to, Precious. Hold on, I need to get into... Once I know that SVR is loading, we need to talk about SVR 07 running natively on PC as well. Because that shit is crazy. You heard me. Natively. Wrestling Wordle. I've turned off ads on this page. No, I haven't. Okay, I'm now allowing ads. Please don't pop up ever again. Let's play Wordle. LAS. Oh, it's a 5-letter word this time. That's rarer, isn't it? Usually it's more than 5 words. Darby Allin. Ooh, okay. So not Darby Allin. But we do have an L and an I. So it could be... Oh, so there's an A in there somewhere. Ali. Elaine? Penta. Okay. I don't know why I did that. It's not Penta, but the A doesn't go in the start. It doesn't go in the end, which means it's somewhere. But Blair? Blair? No. Flair. Wow, we actually got that really quickly. I didn't expect that to be so quick. Wow. Okay, well, we're obviously a Wordle boss now, so shit. I didn't even really struggle with that one. I don't know what to do now. No, I do. There's other games. So this is WrestlePlay Grid, and you have to guess this, 9 people who can fit into either one of these categories. So a current Raw superstar who's in the LWO, or an Irish superstar who's beaten Orton one-on-one pay-per-view. So Sheamus, for a start. Let's go for Sheamus. A current Raw superstar who's LWO, Rey Mysterio. Okay, that didn't even go into the right place. Who's current LWO? I forget their names. Garza. What's his name? Garza? There's no place for Angel Garza. Oh, they're on SmackDown now. Oh, fuck. Who is on Raw then? LWO. Dominic? Oh, accidentally did that. Didn't mean... SmackDown Tag Team Champ who's currently on Raw. Irish currently on Raw. Will Balor. I was aiming for this title, but he fits into other categories, which is really funny. Dragon Lee is a good shout. Thank you, Kenzie. Oh, it went into the wrong title though. Balls. It says Dragon Lee's not on Raw anymore. So a Raw superstar who's in the LWO that isn't Rey Mysterio. And it's not Garza. Is it Humberto? That is Garza. No, it isn't. Humberto. Berto. It's not Garza. There were so many of them. How am I drawing a blank on these guys? There's so many of them. Okay, let's skip the LWO one for now. Beat Orton one-on-one at pay-per-view and has been a SmackDown Tag Team Champion. Honestly, John AJ Styles? John Cena? SmackDown Tag Team Champion. Who's Jinder Mahal? No. A SmackDown Tag Team Champion who's beat Orton in a one-on-one. Roman Reigns? There's no place for Roman Reigns. Well, on that bottom there, Irish Tag Team Champion, JD McDonough. So now we need to figure out SmackDown Tag Team Champion, who's also been a Raw Tag Team Champion. Xavier Woods. It's quite easy. The New Day have held every belt, right? Somebody who's beaten Orton one-on-one in a pay-per-view and been a SmackDown Tag Team Champ. SmackDown. It'll be someone really random. Kurt Angle? I'm kind of going old school here. No spot for Kurt Angle. SmackDown Tag Eddie Guerrero? I'm grasping at straws here. Joaquin Wilde. Thank you, Kenzie. That is crazy. That was a crazy pool. Thank you so much. This win goes to you. But we need to guess someone who's beaten Orton and been a SmackDown Tag Team Champ. Kane? Kane was a Raw Tag Team Champ. Because my brain's going through like the kind of the 2010s, and I'm like, Daniel Bryan, Kane, John Cena, Triple H, Batista. Who's been a SmackDown Tag Team Champion, for God's sake? Like, specifically a Tag Team Champion. I don't even know who the Tag Team Champions are now. Usos? Okay, so it's not the Usos. SmackDown Tag Team Champion. And it's not AJ Styles, it's not John Cena. It's not Triple H, it's not Batista. Someone who's beaten Randy Orton and been a SmackDown Tag Team Champion. I'm going to look at the SmackDown Tag Team Championship lineage. Big E? Big E? Not Big E. Kevin Owens? Kevin Owens ever held the SmackDown Tag Team titles? No. Someone who's beat Orton 1v1. That is crazy. That's a really hard one. I bet it's not even that hard. I am looking for the history here. Hardy. Ooh. SmackDown Tag Team Champions though? Oh wow, Hardy. I mean that's right. I remember Hardy beating Orton, but I wouldn't have guessed he was SmackDown Tag Champions. Seth Rollins. Well, it didn't allow for Roman Reigns. But hey, you guys all guessed Jeff Hardy. You all got that right. Congratulations. Him and Matt had a short run. Oh. Shit. Okay, well, not that then. Let's go into something I'm much better with. Connections. Let's see what connections we have here. So the rule of this game is that there are 4 people. Well, there's more than that. There's 4 groups here, but we don't know what the groups are. So immediately my brain goes Eric, Ivar, Kingston, and Usos because they've maybe all been tag team champions. Yep, so they are tag team champions. We could have heavyweights. Femi, Reed, Taker. Does Drew count as a heavyweight? JBL maybe? No. I feel like we could have like WWE champions as well, because JBL, McIntyre, Undertaker. What has Maven got to do with the rest of these guys? Maven, Gargano, Christian. Oh, that's such a good shout, Dean. Holy shit. Drew, Niven, Fire, and Hendry, all Scottish. Dude, that's crazy. I should have got that. Considering that I am in fact Scottish, I probably should have guessed that. Shit. Oh well. I've lost my credentials now. I'll migrate down to England, I guess. Okay, so we have 4 more. I feel like I can guess this. Sorry, I was looking at my chat there. North American champion. So that would be That would be these four, right? Holy shit, you guys are so much better than this than I am. What is the connection? Oh, 2000 and... This is like a year connection, these guys. Hardcore champion. Jesus, I fucking suck at this. Holy shit. Why'd you guys watch this? Oh my god. I'm allowing ads. I swear I'm allowing ads. This is the one that tripped us up a lot last time, so we can go for it again. Who has the most PLE matches in 2014? Randy Orton, Roman Reigns, 2014, John Cena, Kane probably isn't on this list. No. 2014, The Miz probably. Oops. 2014 was Batista wouldn't be on this list, surely. He didn't wrestle that much. I kind of more of the workhorse people in 2014, so like your Damien Sandows or your Finn Balor's, your Samoa Joe's, NXT people, right? Neville, Pac. No. I suppose it says PLE matches. Bryan Danielson. No, not Bryan Danielson. I would have thought Bryan Danielson as well. I think he was injured at that time. Bray Wyatt. Ooh, so if Bray Wyatt's on there, I wonder if Luke Harper's also in there. Brody Lee? No Brody Lee. Wyatt is a good shout though. So who was Wyatt facing in 2014? 2014. Cesaro. That's a really good shout. Yeah, Claudio's on there. Jericho? It's WWE PLEs, I suppose. Shield? Yeah, I guess I could just go for the Shield. Roman barely on the list though, so why would Seth? He, to be fair, it's 2014 was like Seth's year because he was WWE champ. Brock Lesnar. No, he didn't have a lot of matches that year. We don't get my years wrong. 2014 was like... No, they were still Shield at that point. How has Seth got more matches than anyone else? Dean Ambrose? Wow. So who would be at number 2 then? John Cena. And it's not Orton. R-Truth? Definitely not R-Truth. In 2014, and it's not The Miz. WWE roster 2014. Baron Corbin, I fucking... Baron Corbin wasn't around in 2014. No, I've already guessed Triple H, I think. Yeah, no, I thought Triple H as well, but no. So it did say WPLEs. I don't know if that counts NXT people or not. Who's here at this point in time? Del Rio? Del Rio was in a lot of matches. No. Big Show was still pretty popular at the time. Is he on the roster? Let's guess. Big Show. Not Big Show. CM Punk. CM Punk did not have that many matches in 2014. He left in January. Dolph Ziggler. Dolph Ziggler's a good one. Oh, he's on there. Cool. Christian? No. He was kind of on his way out in 2014, I think. Oh, I didn't guess Eric Rowan. Okay, not Eric Rowan. So we got Bray. Brody Lee wasn't on there. Eric Rowan wasn't on there. There's quite a few people to choose from, actually. The Usos on there, maybe? Jey Uso, Jimmy Uso. They had a lot of tag team matches back then, but no. Mysterio, Ryback. Ryback's a good one. CM Punk, already guessed it, Kenzie. No, not CM Punk. He left in January though, so he wouldn't have had that many matches that year. Not Ryback. Actually, Ryback's quite surprising. Sheamus could be a shout. Stardust. It'll be some random fucker. It'll be like Titus O'Neil or something. Oh, Jack Swagger. No, not Jack Swagger. Welcome in, Dan. Dean, Nick Nemeth is number 7. Ziggler is a good shout, though. Zack Ryder? Paige? Okay, no. Oh, so how the fuck is Paige on that many PLEs in 2014? Who would she have been facing? Natalia? How was there not a person? I feel like number 9's a woman, but how can it not be Natalia? Is it one of the Bellas? Nikki Bella? No, I just guessed that. Literally just as you typed it, unfortunately. I feel like number 9 is like, it's going to be someone really random. Did I guess Mysterio? No, it's not Mysterio. I think I did try Jericho. I'll try again. No, not Jericho. Jericho was kind of on his way out at this point, I think. Maybe another couple, maybe a year or so, but yeah, not really many matches here. I feel like I've guessed everyone. Fandango? Drew McIntyre? Emma? Emma had a lot of matches. No. Fandango? No. Drew McIntyre? No. Heath Slater? No. I feel like I've been through the whole list now. Wade Barrett? Oh, AJ Lee. AJ Lee was around that year. No. Oh, Dan, I just read your message. No, AJ was around in this time. She stuck around another year or so after Punk left, but no, she's not on the list. Cesaro, we've already guessed Claudio. Claudio's number 5. There's some random people on here though. Brodus Clay. Brodus. I don't even know what his name is. Clay. The Funkasaurus. What's his NWA name? Tyrus? He's not even on the list. Fucking hell. Maurice. That's a really good shout. No. Wow, this has us stumped. I feel like I've genuinely been through the whole list. Biggie? Xavier? Kofi? Billy Gunn? It's Jesus Christ, and it's not Batista, it's not Sandow, it's not Daniel Bryan. It's not definitely not Lesnar. Fucking Ezekiel Jackson. Oh my god. Dean, thank you for the follow on TikTok. I don't know why you're following. I can't even name who this person would be. Right. I'm gonna give you another guess. Man, I really can't think who this be. I feel like we've genuinely been through everyone. Actually, no, that's a lie. We haven't been through everyone, but didn't go for the women. Really, we AJ, the Bellas, Saraya. I did not guess Saraya. Natalia. It's not Natalia. Naomi? No. Sasha Banks? She was around at that time. No. I'm genuinely flabbergasted. Caitlyn? Flair? Oh my fucking god, Sheamus? Who was Sheamus facing at that point? Mark Henry. Oh my god. How is it not Mark Henry? It's not Big Show. Is it Enzo? Enzo? No. Cass? No. Oh my god. Who is this person? I suppose Enzo and Cass are probably a bit later actually than 2014. 2014. All right, WWE 2014 pay-per-views. I would have thought Mark Henry or something. Is it like The Rock? There must be someone on the WrestleMania card. I swear if it's Road Dogg. Jinder? Is it Jinder? It's not Jinder. Luke Harper, Eric Rowan, already guessed, Dan. No. Undertaker? How many matches did Undertaker have that year? No. Fucking hell. Adam Rose? Goldust? Rusev had a lot of matches that year. Let's go Goldust. No, not Goldberg. Goldust. No. Rusev. It's fucking Rusev. Someone from NXT who had pay-per-view matches. Yeah. Rusev. I don't think it did count the NXT pay-per-views, but it did count some of the crossovers that they had. Like, I'm looking at Money in the Bank 2014 and it was Rusev versus Big E, which is not a match I ever remembered. I would not have guessed that Rusev had that many PLE matches in 2014. This is back when they were just doing like one a month as well. So there's only, well, it says here there's 18 PLEs. That's including the NXT shows. So there's like 1, 2, 3, 4. There's 4 NXT shows and a tribute to the troops. So that's 5 of them that aren't even regarded. So 18 take away 5. 13, I think. That's crazy. Anyway, I really enjoy doing these Wordles, even though I fucking suck at them. Oh my god. Well, with that in mind, shall we load up some SmackDown versus Raw? The main event of what we all came for. I know there's no music. I know. Right, so this is SmackDown versus Raw. I guess I didn't do an introduction, but yes, welcome to SmackDown versus Raw 2006. We are running this on a very real PS2 running at like 1080p or something. So I don't know. Should we do some matches? I'm going to double check my difficulty settings. Oh, I'm not playing this on. I'll start on normal and we'll see where we go from there. Yeah, you're damn right. You're damn right, Jay. We're gonna do it. Like what's his face? Oh my god, even Stevens. Oh my god, what is his name? Shia LaBeouf. Jesus, I am having a day. So let's load up SmackDown vs. Raw 2006 and we'll have a look at some of the new stuff that was in this game, which is to say, I don't think anything's new in this game. Maybe a Buried Alive could be new. Maybe. Let's do a Buried Alive match. This game save should have everyone unlocked. We even have Jake Roberts, which is a weird one. To get Jake Roberts, I think it was to get Jake Roberts in this game, it was a 5.5, shall we say. Let's play as Austin, and we're going to go against... I don't want to face Tabari. We could do Hogan 80s. Why not? Let's do that. And you can only do buried alive matches in the Survivor Series arena, which is a little bit annoying. You can't choose any special arena, sadly. Oh, wow, you don't have entrances either. Okay. Oh my god. So to control this game, you've got your cross button, your X button, which is going to do your strikes, and you have circle to do your grapples. You have to press in different directions to do different grapples. You guys know how it works by now, right? You've played SmackDown vs. Raw before. It is the right trigger to block grapples, and it is the left trigger to grapple to reverse attacks. So if I was to reverse that move, for example, I would need to have pressed the right trigger at the right time, which I did not do. You can kind of spam the triggers a little bit, but ultimately timing is going to be your best friend, because you really want to get the timing down, really. There is no game sound for you guys. That's annoying. There we are. There's game sound. Apologies. That's my bad.
Someone can't go anymore. And considering the conditioning of these athletes, that could be quite a while from now.
Thank you so much for the like, Stan, on TikTok.
Hey, the ref's got a tough job. I mean, trying to keep these superstars on the up and up, that's hard. Well, it's easier to
I'll be honest, I don't understand how TikTok works, but I very much appreciate the people tuning in from it, because I think, I can't actually see, but I think most of my viewers just now are from the Tiki-Talkies.
That doesn't seem to be so unreasonable to me. That's because you never competed in a match, Cole. If you did, you'd know that you gotta do whatever it takes to win. And if that means bending the rules a bit, well then...
So, I actually don't know how to Irish whip people. I think if you press the grapple and run button at the same time, I think it's an Irish whip. So that's going to be circle and triangle at the same time. Yeah, it is. Cool. And if we hit him by the ropes, we'll be able to knock him straight out of the ring. And big flying clothesline. Grabs Hogan in the back of the head and into the Conus Stunner. Boom. Oh, I forgot. I had to mess with the settings in this game to get that to work, by the way, because under normal circumstances, that shit does not work on the PS2 emulator. It just breaks. It's so bad.
Really? Maybe I should look into that. I could get a better broadcast partner and save the company some money at the same time. Keep it up, Cole.
Now that we have made our way up to the stage, you can see that we have access to some toys, shall we say. So we have the casket, obviously. That is how the match will be decided ultimately.
These superstars are beating the living hell out of each other.
I probably shouldn't have used my finisher for reasons that will become apparent very shortly. But yeah, we have the casket. That is the decider in how you win this match. But there is also a shovel.
Thank you, Captain Obvious. I just think it's unfortunate whenever a superstar decides to cheat to win.
So I think if I press the square button near this guy, we'll pull it out of the ground, which means we can maybe do some attacks. If I could actually vaguely get anywhere near him, that would be nice.
There's the reversal, Cole.
Sick backdrop, hell yeah. So now he's on the ground. We're going to do some heckin' damage.
You're enjoying this. I can't say I am.
I wonder if there's a way to do grapples. Oh.
I think we know which way this one's going to go, Cole. Actually, Taz, from my perspective, I think it could go...
From my perspective, the Jedi are evil.
Exactly. The perspective of somebody who has a neck... Oh, man. I don't think that was ever meant to be used like that. Maybe not, Cole, but I'll tell you what, it seems to be doing it.
There is also a tombstone here. There is a very specific angle where you can throw him into it like that, and you're able to whack him off of the tombstone, which is very cool.
Watching this, don't try this stuff at home.
Absolutely not. These are trained WWE superstars. And even he anticipated that move perfectly.
Dan, do I watch the current product on a weekly basis? Not really. I keep up with it, but I'm not really watching week to week. In fact, I think I'm actually kind of going off of it more than usual. I mean, to be fair, at this time of year, I usually do stop watching because there's nothing really happening, and
for your career.
Whatever the last pay-per-view was,
as anything else in your life.
I don't even know what the last. Oh, it was Clash in Italy. I was like, yeah, the novelty is cool because it's on during the daytime for us, because I'm in the UK, so it was cool. It's always cool watching WWE during the day for me, and it is like that novelty will probably never wear off, but the days of me staying up till 3 in the morning watching just a regular pay-per-view, definitely not. Definitely gone.
Pain is the name of the game.
I did recently watch. So I've got a love-hate relationship for AEW. I think in some ways they go too far, and I think that in other ways the show is completely unwatchable. It's an interesting show, AEW, and I just can't gauge whether I like the show or not. And some of the stuff they do reinforces the fact that it's really, even as a hardcore wrestling fan like myself, it's actually really hard to get into. And I don't know what it is. It doesn't seem to satisfy me the way that I was hoping for. I absolutely loved AEW for the first 2 years. Basically when Cody left, there was like a weird vacuum that happened, and the show just became really bad. You'd agree with that take for AEW? Yeah, I watched Double or Nothing, and I really had a lot of fun with it. I really did. But is it a show that I'm going to get into? I'm yet to figure it out. AEW's got this weird talent mix right now where like none of them seem overly impressive, to be honest.
Finishing move right here.
I don't know. The main event being MJF and Darby Allin, I'm just kind of like, eh. Darby Allin's cool, like he does all the cool Jeff Hardy spots, but I saw a take once online that was like, once you see one Darby Allin bump, you see them all, and I'm like, yeah, that's kind of right, you know. Darby Allin, and once you've seen him jump off a scaffolding, you've seen it, you know. And I feel like he doesn't. That's all he does. He is a talent. He's more than that. He really is more than that. But I'm just saying that currently, when he's the World Heavyweight Champion, it's not anything I'm particularly interested in. And I don't like MJF at all. I don't see MJF as anything really. No offense to him, but I'm one of these people that most definitely subscribes to the fact that he's AEW's version of The Miz.
You're not going to see action like this.
And I don't want to see The Miz in the main event either.
You'll get no arguments from me, Taz. SmackDown is the dominant brand in all of sports entertainment.
Watch it. He reversed it.
I hate the way that they basically do moves for the sake of it, and there isn't enough selling. Exactly. Like, that's the thing as well. Like, the main event of Double or Nothing, which I realize is weeks ago now, but I realized that, like, Darby jumps off the fucking stage. He puts MJF through the table by jumping off of the goddamn stage. And it is like, it's an insane bump. Like, I don't know anybody who would like sanely take. I don't think Jeff would do that anymore. It's crazy. But then they just immediately get back up and they go right back into the ring. And if I remember correctly, MJF wins that match. I was like, what are they doing? Why is Darby taking bumps like that and then MJF fucking wins the match?
Here it comes.
So if we get 2 finishers here, we can immediately win the match, which is a little bit cheesy, I won't lie. But casket matches are really hard to win, and using your finisher to immediately win, in my books, is using a game mechanic for its intended purpose, and I don't see anything wrong with that.
One superstar walks back to the locker room, and one, well,
Here's your
one
winner.
doesn't.
And I'll tell you, Cole.
Stone Cold Steve Austin.
I don't want to see 7 super kicks for someone to go down. A super kick to use. A super kick used to be a great move and finish. Agreed. Although I think I did like the Stadium Stampede match was really fun from Double or Nothing, and I did like the spot where they had everyone. I think it ended the match actually. They had everyone in the team do the super kick, and I was like, I don't think I've ever seen Bobby Lashley ever do like a super kick, and I thought that was pretty fun. But yeah, I totally agree with the super kick. But to be fair, you know, these things happen. Like some people complain that the DDT used to be an amazing finisher, and it is, but it is no longer an amazing finisher. It is now just a move, and there ain't nothing wrong with that. You know, we don't look at the DDT like it's some second coming of Jesus. So we have other matches to play here. So let's load up an Elimination Chamber, shall we? The randomization has chosen Steven Richards. We're not gonna do Steven Richards. I'm not gonna do the Hurricane. I'm not gonna do Chris Masters. Heidenreich? I'm not gonna do Heidenreich. Heidenreich. No, I'm not gonna do that. John Cena though. Maybe this game's roster is just really bad. Okay, JBL, we'll do JBL. Hollywood Hogan, we got another Hogan on the go. Kurt Angle, let's do that. Okay, the randomization for Steven Richards once more. Eddie Guerrero, okay. This is his last game, I think. Yikes. And then we've got Jake Roberts in there for good measure as well. So this is the field. I don't think we're going to get entrances again. Don't worry, if you're seeing that flicker, I don't know if you are seeing that flicker. If you see that flicker, that's not you. It's me. The game just is like that sometimes. So this is New Year's Revolution in Puerto Rico by the looks of it.
I've never seen a crowd so fired up, JR.
And this is the Elimination Chamber. By God. Okay, so there is a thing in this game where you can select clean or dirty for your like character's affiliation. So you can either be a good guy or a bad guy, essentially. And doing certain actions will... Oh God, he just broke that pod. Doing certain actions will increase your finisher gauge quicker than others. So for example, Eddie, presumably a dirty wrestler, he will gain more finisher by using weapons or hitting low blows, throwing people into the cage and breaking the pods and all that. Jake Roberts on the flip there, we saw he did a top rope move and then just like immediately got a finisher. If you are a clean wrestler, you can just cheese this game to the highest degree by just doing a top rope elbow drop or top rope moves in some way, and you will just immediately get a finisher.
Another superstar.
Here comes Kurt Angle.
And here's the pin. 2. I can't believe he thought he was going to get
Dude,
the pin.
if that roll up took Eddie out, I was going to say there's going to need to be more time before people get eliminated here. We just started the match.
I love what
We're in this one for the long haul. This match does get a little awkward though when there's only like 3 people in the ring. There needs to be like more people kicking about for sure. The AI especially gets a little confused. Do I play TEW? No. No. I was looking into it though, but you can only buy it through their website. And I was like, this looks dodgy. I don't know if I want to do this. But yeah, you can only buy the most recent version of TEW through the website. And it just looks dodgy. I don't know. It's probably not. Definitely not. Because there's lots of people who do play it. Who am I playing as? Cena. TEW, do you know, the thing about TEW is it looks really complicated. And I've never played it. So I don't know if it's like... I don't know if it is complicated or not. Maybe it's like really simple. But I did play a version of there's a wrestling simulator on Steam that I bought ages ago, and I have played a video, or I did a video on another channel of me playing that, and it did really well, numbers wise. Maybe I should go back to it. I have no idea. I'll find out what game it was, though. I've forgotten it.
He's looking to drop a bomb here, JR.
An atomic bomb. Atomic leg drop by one of the very best in the business.
Can barely even find my own channel.
His opponent has softened him up, JR. Now it's in for
Oh no, it's me.
He's got no defense left against a strong submission hold.
Nobody's attacking me yet. It's fine. I can't remember what this game's called.
Boy, this John.
It's a wrestling simulator that's on Steam.
And this is a tough hold to break.
It sure is, King. And even if you break the hold, it takes its toll on you.
Fuck knows.
I think this one could go either way, JR.
It sure could. Until the referee calls.
It is. It's built. It's weirdly built on HTML, which is a little bit odd for. I don't know. Most wrestling games will not be built on HTML. That's for sure.
But it's not going to win you the match.
Controller not working.
No, but getting the crowd behind you can certainly give you the edge.
Oh, I was using the thumbstick to try and. Yeah.
It's like he read his opponent's mind.
I don't know how to target. Oh, you just get close to the target. God, I can't see anything. Help. JBL, get in this corner so we can see what's going on.
The submission has been expertly applied, and now it's just a matter of time.
That's right, JR.
Do I ever go to the Inside the Ropes tours? I've been to one. I'm trying to think. The guy that runs it, Kenny McIntosh, I think his name. I think I've met him once or twice. Never really spoke to him, but I've said hi to him.
Despicable move that was.
Have I ever? Oh, DDT. Shit, we were just talking about that. I got DDT'd. Oh god, I'm getting pinned. Help.
That was so close.
Okay, I kicked out. Thank God. And I got a finisher for it as well. Inside the Ropes. Yeah, so I went to the Bruce Pritchard one, and I went to like some kind of Jeff Jarrett event. I have no idea what the Jeff Jarrett one was. I lost my finisher there. God damn it.
Sure is a piece of work. He's got every advantage in the
Hogan's ready to go though. Unfortunately, we had to leave. It was me and my brother went to the Bruce Pritchard one, and we had to leave. I guess I don't think the Bruce Pritchard one was actually Inside the Ropes. I think it was a Something to Wrestle With live that he may have been there for. It was a couple of years ago now, but yeah, we had to leave. Unfortunately, it was kind of during the pandemic, so we're all masked up, and we're just in a really tight room. And my brother wasn't feeling very well, and we had to leave. But to be fair, we got the feel of it. We got the gist of it. Bruce was telling lots of stories that he definitely could not tell on the podcast. And it was a little. We felt a little bad because I feel like he was telling a lot of stories about, like Andre the Giant and stuff that he wouldn't otherwise really be able to tell because they were pretty gnarly storylines. And at the same time, I'm just like, Andre's passed away, and it's kind of a bit dodgy. Like, it's not speaking ill of the dead necessarily, but you're kind of you're telling these like really vulnerable stories about people who can't tell their side of the story, and that's what I felt a little bit bad about. That's the empath in me, I guess. But yeah, there was also some other Jeff Jarrett event it was in a hotel here in Edinburgh, and I don't even remember what it was.
I don't think there's anything wrong with that.
I don't care how tough you are, JR.
I don't even know how I got invited to that, to be honest.
You're absolutely right, King. We've seen many.
I was working for our local wrestling company, and the guy that ran it was in the media. So I think he got like a media pass for the Jeff Jarrett event, and he just decided to, because I was local, he decided to bring me. And I was like, cool, awesome.
We're seeing a great one unfold.
Oh boy, these top rope moves can go either way. He's a 3 count away from a pinfall.
He's not going
Shit. Almost a 3 count there.
More damage first.
How did JBL hit me? He was miles away from me there.
Out on the line when you climb that turnbuckle.
I try to think who else I've met. I've met quite a few people through wrestling. Like actual, like filming wrestling shows. That's how I meet I have met the majority of people. I'm getting bullied here. I'm getting the Hogan leg drop treatment.
Your opponent. That's exactly what that was.
Don't think I'm kicking out of this one, sadly. Oh, Kurt saved me. Okay. He probably shouldn't have done that.
He countered that and made it look easy.
But I'm trying to think if I've met anyone that's like outside of a wrestling match scenario.
I don't know where he thinks he's going. This could be a mistake.
He's got his opponent locked.
I remember meeting
Tap out right here, JR.
Simon Miller.
He's got his
I remember meeting Simon Miller at a wrestling show, and I was backstage, and my mentor at the time, Chelsea, God bless her, I was like, oh, I'm actually quite a fan of Simon Miller, and I don't want to like make an ass of myself, and I don't want to like, I just don't know how to say hi. So Chelsea literally grabbed my hand, took me backstage. She was like, she literally took me to Simon, and she was like, oh, Simon, this is Gary, and he's a big fan. That was it, and then she just left. And I was like, oh, Simon, big fan. I was like, I don't know what to say to this person. And then the only thing I could think of at the time was like, oh man, like I like your videos, but like I feel like what culture is sometimes really negative, and I wished that you would like if you had your own channel, then maybe I could like support you more, because I don't particularly like how negative what culture can be. And he was like, that's really cool. I have my own channel already. Oh, I was like, oh no. I was like, okay. So then I shook his hand awkwardly, and then I left, because I was like, I've just told Simon Miller that I would support him if he had his own channel. After saying that I'm a big fan, I would support you if you had your own channel. And for him to immediately go, I already have my own channel, kind of was embarrassing, not gonna lie. I just looked like if you don't understand what I'm talking about, it was just that I just look like the biggest fake fan in the world, because I'm like saying that I'm a big fan of this person, but not realizing that in their personal life they already had a fucking YouTube channel. Oh, it is what it is. Bantery. I cannot believe I've made it through this match. I have got my ass kicked for 10 minutes now. And here's the FU to Kurt Angle on the steel outside.
He's got his opponent in a pinning predicament.
I think these superstars.
And there it is.
And we managed to get the win. Welcome in, Hunter. Did you get season 3's free superstar yet? Season 3 free superstar.
Well, he did what he came to do.
Who?
His opponent until he could get the pinfall. That's the way it
So I'm like halfway through season 3.
You're right about
I don't know where I'm at though.
He clearly dominated his opponent.
Season 3's free superstar. Is that not Kane? No, Kane's the premium one, isn't he? It's hard to strike a conversation in situations like that, and there's always something to look back at and wish you said, oh, 100%. I have every meet and greet I've ever had has been awkward, like super awkward. I met Dolph Ziggler at a meet and greet back in 2000 and I don't even know what year it was, 2009 or something. Maybe later. Yeah, so I met him at a meet and greet, and I what was it? He asked me if I was going to the show, and I was like, yeah, I hope you're going to the show. And he was like, well, I hope so, because I flown over here. And I was like, oh my god, why did I ask him if he was going to the show? Like, it was just a really awkward, like, yeah. Me and meet and greets don't go well. In fact, here's another awkward story that happened to me, because this is right before remember when Becky got her face smashed on that Raw by Nia Jax? I'm not even joking you. The week before that happened, I got to meet Becky Lynch at a Smith's here, and it was in Glasgow actually. And I got to meet her. My friend Osama, who I call Us, he was in front of me, and I swear he fucking took everything I was ever going to say to Becky. And when, so like, me and him were like, oh, what are you going to say to Becky? And he just took everything I was going to say. So when he went up to Becky, he had the best conversation with her ever, because he was like, oh, thank you so much for your contributions. Absolutely loved your match Evolution with Charlotte Flair. You're just the best woman on the roster. You're a badass. And like, welcome home. Hope you're well. And I swear to God, he did this in such a smooth way. So when I go up immediately after him, bear in mind, everything he's just said, I was about to also say. So I have to go up and be like, oh, everything he just said, like, is exactly how I feel as well. And she's like, okay. And she's sitting there with like 14 coffee cups. So I was like, oh, are you tired from the coffee? Oh. So Becky signs the fucking thing. She's like, okay, that first guy was cool. This guy's a fucking loser. So she signs the thing. And I think I get a photo with her. I think I've got a photo with Becky at this point, and she looks great in the photo, and I'm just like awkward, and I walk away. I walk away without taking the signature from her. So then Becky's like, do you not want my signature? I was like, no, I do want your signature. I just like this. I'm just so confused and flummoxed, and it was funny, but it was also just like, fuck me. Can I not have a meet and greet that just can I have a meet and greet that goes well? Oh my God. It's fine. One day I'll have a meet and greet that went well. To be fair, I did meet Mick Foley, and that did go well. That was a really nice meet and greet that I had with Mick, because he was so lovely. It was pre-COVID as well. I can't remember what year it was, but it was pre-COVID, and he was lovely. I got to hug him, and he smelled amazing, and he was so lovely. And Mick Foley has a big place in my heart, to be honest. I missed, because I was busy telling that story, I missed whoever said that message, but the free superstar was Brock Lesnar 2000 and something. Brock Lesnar 03, I guess. I haven't got the Brock Lesnar yet, because that's at the end of the thing. Kane is the premium. So we're getting there. I haven't got it yet though, but we're getting there. Shall we run a rumble? JBL's a good shout for a rumble. Let's do that. I met Punk at a meet and greet during the summer of Punk, and I felt awkward saying hi CM or hi Punk. Imagine walking up to someone and being like, hi Phil. So you said hi Phil? Oh no. I said that as a joke. By the way, I selected random. Why am I out first? This game's bullshit. This interlacing is insane. I think it's F7 for the interlacing.
From New York City, weighing in at 297 pounds, JBL.
Was it not? I thought it was F7 for the interlacing. Hold on. Ignore what you're seeing on your screen. I thought it was F7. F5. Should have known that. There we are. It was really awkward. He wasn't pleased at all. I think I might have pissed him off. Knowing what I know of CM Punk, I can imagine that probably did piss him off. Considering he's also in a bad mood at that point anyway during the Summer of Punk. Well, actually, Summer of Punk, he's in a good mood.
Who drew number 2.
I like that Tony Chimmel gets he gets to say, and the individual who drew number 2. That's pretty great. I was young and a bit naive. Yeah, if it makes you feel better, Punk did not remember that happening. No way does he remember that ever happening. I would probably, I don't know what I would call it. I'd probably just call him Punk. But I've never met CM Punk. I've seen him wrestle. Who did he wrestle at my show? Ryback. Oh god. I think mine was a 2012 show. Yeah, I think it was 2012. The main event was Punk and Ryback. Yikes. I actually wrote down a list of all the shows I've been to. I've been to a surprising amount of wrestling shows, WWE shows anyway. I've only been to 2 AEW shows, and they're both at Wembley. He would have been upset after that for sure. He probably was at the time, but like he probably got over it. He probably forgot. Like as soon as it was over, he probably forgot. Just think though that somewhere you could be on his phone somewhere. You might be, oh my god, you might have a text somewhere on his phone saying, "This absolute jackass that I just met at a meet and greet called me Phil."
A lot of cheeseheads in the house tonight.
It sure is. Green Bay knows that they're about to see the greatest superstars in all of sports entertainment. I can't wait to get started.
Don't know why there's no music playing, so.
I'll tell you, Cole, this is what the WWE is all
How'd you
about.
eliminate people in this game?
Absolutely right, Taz.
Is there a meter to eliminate people, or is it just like chuck them over and whack them?
Stage of them all.
Oh, there's a mirror. Sorry, I meant upset at the fact that he had to face Ryback. Oh, yeah. He probably was super pissed about that.
He's a real worker.
After that podcast, I don't think he ever had anything nice to say Ryback. And the fact that, like, yeah, it was a main event match. I don't remember anything weird happening in the match. I remember it being fairly simple. But yeah, like, knowing what I know now, it makes it a very awkward memory. Country Boy, hi, are you watching Stevie Richards' YouTube channel? I'm not.
It's pretty obvious.
I see the videos popping up on my feed a lot, but I've never really watched them. I don't think I like the way that he's running the channel. It's just not overly for me, I think. I've seen some of Maven's videos. I like what Maven's doing.
Said that years ago.
But I just feel like with Steve Richards, I feel like there's something about those videos that just don't sit right with me. I don't know if it's just like the over-analyzing of things. I mean, don't get me wrong, he's way more qualified than I would be to talk about like certain in-ring things. But there's other times where I'm just like, you're not there anymore.
Whatever it takes to win, and take every advantage he can.
I don't know, I'm trying to think of an example, but like...
But you gotta do whatever it takes to win.
Like he was analysing Elton Prince getting injured last year or whatever it was, and I was kind of like, yeah, fair enough. You know, Stevie's been in the ring, he knows what it's like. So that is definitely like a good insight to have. But then I think he was talking about the business of like what it's like backstage now, and I'm like, you're not there. I don't know, something doesn't sit right with me, and I feel like he might be drumming up a bit of hype just for the like, clickbait. I think he's doing like
Looks
clickbait.
like they might be taking this match down a notch here, Cole.
And there's the reversal.
Holding out at number 3 means he must be winning, otherwise it didn't work for him, brother.
I don't think anyone in this match has even considered that they might not walk out the winner.
I'm sure they have.
Interesting that we don't get music during the entrances. That's
Get you beat quicker than anything.
an interesting little game quirk. It must mean that the music that runs through, the music that plays during the Rumble entrances must be tied to the in-game music for some reason. Man, Muhammad Hassan, remember him? He's like a high school teacher now or something. Apparently he's a really good one as well.
No question about that, Taz. You won't last long against an opponent you
I'm gonna eliminate Hogan, brother. Damn it, he blocked me.
Wow, great reversal.
And there's an elimination. Look at these fans.
Yeah, Muhammad Hassan was a controversial character, although it's a shame because it wasn't really his fault.
Bad news for
Or at least I don't
these
think it
fans.
was his fault
We
anyway.
don't give a damn what you think.
He was one step ahead on that one.
What's your opinion on WWE 2K26? I like it. There are lots of elements to the game that I wish were better,
Well, I'm telling you,
but for the most part,
his opponent looked
I like
a
it.
punk with that counter.
It's a really fun game to play. Like, I've been able to play it again I've been playing it to kind of catch up on the season. I didn't do season 2 at all, and I was just picking up on
Enough left.
some of the missing characters that I missed out on from season 2, and obviously catching up on season 3 as well. So I've been playing some matches, and yeah, like, God, it's fun. I played some matches with, like, I did like an Extreme Rules match with La Parka and Ricky Saints, and that was really fun. And yeah, like, 2K26 is crazy fun. Oh, Steam stopped working. That's great.
Look at this. Could it be?
And we got 2 versions of Hogan Brother. I wonder why my Steam stopped working. That's interesting.
Thank you, Captain Obvious.
Dan, I'll be honest, I think that the 2K games are overpriced, overrated, and not as good as the retro games, and that is a totally fair opinion, and I'm certainly not going to argue that point. I do think they are getting very expensive, and they're getting expensive to the point where you're actually getting less for the game. That's a little bit annoying.
He is.
That's what I think. I mean, Cole, look at you. You're a mess. He's not. You're a mess.
What are you talking about? I'm not jealous.
But yeah, there's lots of elements to 2K26 that I would 1000% change.
I knew it was only a matter of time before we saw that. I don't like it. But as long as it
My faction might be one of the biggest things I'd probably change right now, because God, the game in my faction's just entirely unplayable. What would you like to see in a future WWE game? I don't want to give away things for future videos. I have video ideas for these kind of things. I don't want to give them away, but I mean, we are still like 6 months away from even talking about 2K27. Weirdly enough, if you think about it, they're probably like heavy in development for that game now.
I don't think the fans like that one too much.
Who am I playing as? JBL?
Breaks this guy's heart.
Weird. He's doing like things that didn't look like me.
the lifeblood of WWE, and he doesn't give a damn what they think.
I don't know what I would like to see in 2K27. I think I'd like to see some form. I'd like to see a better GM mode. I'd like to see a general manager mode that's actually a fucking GM mode and not this weird arcade simulator mode that they've currently got. So I just don't think my GM just ain't doing it for me, if I'm being honest. Universe mode also just needs more cutscenes and stuff. And genuinely, most of the gameplay is fine. Like, the gameplay is so good. I would probably focus more on like modes rather than match types and gameplay stuff. I think they overcomplicate it, and I think they also lack a really good career mode. That's fair. I actually really liked. Oh jeez. I actually really liked the is it My Rise? I forget what it's called, but the one that had like Braun Breaker and Jordan Grace in it this year, I actually quite liked that.
He'll get the heck out of there. He likes fighting dirty.
Paul Green, am I playing this in emulator? Yes, I am. Lord Lustig?
And I hope he's proud of himself.
Yes, I have
Disgusting.
played a version of Here Comes the Pain Definitive Edition. I played Scotty J's version though.
And lost because of moves like this.
Oh, thank you, Roy Rocks. Is that on Twitch, or I don't know what that is on. Thank you so much for following.
I like JBL's style, Cole. He sets a goal for himself. He tells you exactly what he's going to do, and he goes right out there and he does it. Man, what a ride! It took him all the way out of the match.
I mean, what would you guys want to see in 2K27? I mean, I feel like a lot of my viewers don't play the games, don't play the current games. I've been eliminated.
Guess he'll live to fight another day.
I feel like we did so well. yeah, like I want to know what you guys think of a 2K. What do you want from 2K27? Because like I want like GM mode, but there's probably like a million other people who don't want GM mode.
They're surprising the hell out of me here too.
And I think it's that unpredictability that makes these superstars so exciting to watch.
What part of the WWE game needs a remaster? I'm not sure I get that question, I'm sorry.
Randy Orton's a mouthy
What
little
part of the WWE game needs a remaster? Do you mean like what needs remade? Because I mean,
Down from a fight, Taz. His mouth might get him in trouble, but he never seems unprepared for it.
you would like a mod season and new game.
Top rope moves can win or lose you the match. There's very little middle
Oh my god,
ground.
Hogan just like absolutely dove into everyone. That was crazy. God, my thumb really hurts from mashing these buttons on the Steam controller.
It's not easy maintaining this type of intensity week.
I think I've seen a lot of people online talking about like a kind of old school season mode. I think a lot of people would maybe like to see some form of kind of like the Here Comes the Pain or the what's it called? The Shut Your Mouth style season mode. I still maintain, and I made a whole video about this. I don't think people particularly with rose-tinted glasses think that the season mode for Shut Your Mouth is good. I don't think it's that good.
I gotta tell you, Cole, I thought I had this thing figured out, but now I got no idea. Here it comes, look out!
Oh man, many a superstar.
I mean, I landed it. I'll take it.
Finishing maneuver.
You know, I know I say this a lot, Cole, but this is not ballet. You step between those ropes, you better be prepared to take some punch.
And to dish some out as well. I don't think I've ever seen a superstar win a match by being a tackling dummy. He anticipated that move perfectly. It's been said before, but that doesn't make it any less true. Kane is pure evil to the core. Nice reversal.
Sorry for your bad English, dude. It's totally fine. It's totally fine.
You know,
Just
Cole,
give me a second to figure out what you're saying, that's all. Ooh, Jimmy Hart here. Jimmy's part of the storyline for this game. He's in the season mode. What game could we get a remaster of or a remake? I don't think we're ever going to get a remake of any WWE games, if I'm being honest. Now, I was going to talk about this more in another video, but I think it's actually an interesting thing we could talk about now is that obviously there's a rise of recompilations or decomps. So basically what's happening is these games are running... Welcome in, Elite Nova. These games are running on the PS2, right? But what a decomp does is that it will natively decompile the PS2 version of the game and change the code, I guess, and recompile it natively on PC. And what that means is if you got like a decomp, it means that you can actually look at the code and you can rebuild the game from the code, which is exactly what's happened with SVR 2007 just last week. And what that really means is that you're running a native PC version of SVR 2007, and theoretically, if somebody was to build that solution to go through the code, you could theoretically change the code, you could fix bugs, you could change character models, you could change textures, you could add new arenas, you can add new moves, all in a really efficient native way, which is really exciting. So I think we're less likely to see something like a remaster or a remake from an official source, but I do think that as like PS2 decompilation becomes like a bigger deal, we are going to see lots of really cool like projects and mod projects and stuff. What I'm really excited for and what I think will happen in the future is that we might get something like SVR 2007 or 8 with a modern roster, and I think that would be so fucking cool, because it means that you could have a general manager mode with the SVR 2007 GM mode, but with current roster guys, and if you were to play the matches, you would have the character modes with that as well, and that is something that I think would be really cool. And theoretically, you could also mod the calendar to have like, you could mod the calendar to have like current PLEs and stuff, and I think that would be really cool as well. That sounds awesome. I don't think they'd ever remake these games anyway because of likeness issues and old wrestlers. Exactly. There's a lot of wrestlers in these games that no longer work for WWE, and they will never work for WWE again. And the elephant in the room is always Chris Benoit. It is, I guess, theoretically possible that you could just dummy out Chris Benoit so that he's not selectable in the game, but he has been a part of the story modes, the season modes in these games, so it's not as simple as just dummying him out so that he can't be selected. It would require genuinely changing the game, and that's something that I don't think we're ever really going to see, like ever.
You just got eliminated. Can you believe that?
Oh my god, this room is so warm, by the way. I don't have my fan plugged in, but this room is so goddamn warm. Wrestling Empire is a very good wrestling game too. It's kind of No Mercy like. Yeah, I mean, it's hard to avoid it. I've seen videos of Wrestling Empire. I've never really played it though. I think I played it on one stream, but I've never played it again. So we should... I would like to get into it. I think we should do a career mode because that game is just insane.
You don't look too thrilled about it.
I'm eliminated. God damn it. It's interesting though that you said No Mercy. I don't think I've ever seen anyone compare No Mercy, or Wrestling Empire, to No Mercy. That is like, that's quite the comparison. Considering that like No Mercy is considered to be like one of the best wrestling games ever, and Wrestling Empire is like the most insane shit ever.
The number one brand in all of sports entertainment.
Not to say it's bad or good in any weird respect. I don't think the wrestling in Wrestling Empire is very technical. It's arguably the best, worst wrestling game you'll ever play in your life.
Hit the showers. You're out of the match.
Why does everything require that to verify that I'm not a human anymore?
A textbook reversal. Can you follow up?
These WWE fans just can't get.
Sorry, I need to always verify that I am human. I'm constantly having to.
Competition. It's also about entertaining the fans.
Okay, well if that's the
Figure this
case,
shit out.
how come they got you as an announcer? I mean, that ain't exactly great entertainment, in my opinion.
You might be right.
Is there any wrestling games that like you guys like that are maybe like the underdogs that I've maybe never looked at? Wrestling Empire is definitely one that I hear quite a bit of in terms of like it's a game that I've never really played it, but people want to see me play it for sure.
I don't know if this is such a good move. This could be
I'm trying to log into my TikTok, and I apparently have a verification code, but I definitely don't.
Pretty cold.
Oh my God! What a shoulder breaker!
This is one heck of a match so far.
It sure is, Ted.
Okay, resend code.
But not hard
I did have Do Not Disturb on. Maybe stopped it from coming through. Oh my god, British Bulldog just got eliminated. Does this game have that thing where like if you're a heavyweight you can just like lob people over the top ropes?
Are on fire tonight.
They sure are, and I don't think they're going to be put out anytime
God,
soon.
I actually have no signal either. Oh my god. I didn't realize that logging into TikTok was so goddamn hard. Oh, it's not even resending the code. Oh, fuck me then.
Good thing too, Cole, because I don't think we'd ever
Getting into apparently logging into TikTok is like the hardest thing ever.
Probably right, Taz. I know I wouldn't want to miss a second of this action.
Well, that narrowed things down a little bit.
I had so much fun trying to recreate real wrestlers and promotions in Wrestling Empire and doing the booking mode. I think 2K26 is good, but it's let down by its roster, My Rise, and Island game modes. That's fair. I think a lot of people really like
Hey, calm down.
a lot of people really like the Island this year. I haven't really played it. I played like 2 matches in it and I haven't really gone back to it, but I've heard
you next
I
time.
heard through like my faction reaction and Kenny Bomb that the island is actually pretty good this year. So maybe I should give it a try. I don't know.
It's crazy to think we actually get paid to do a job.
But I don't mind my rise, and I think the roster this year is really good. To be fair, honestly, like I think it's actually fine. Oh, my code came through.
Partner and save the company some money at the same time.
Keep it up, Cole. Keep it up. And you're gonna find out how tough this job really is when you.
I wouldn't mind getting re-releases of all the WWE games in one collection for PS1, PS2, starting with SmackDown 1. Yeah, that's not happening.
I think I've got a pretty good idea who's gonna win this match, Cole.
You wouldn't be so sure, Taz. If there's
I don't mean to like immediately poo-poo your a really good idea, but yeah, that's definitely not happening. The thing is with these re-releases is that, you know, we all think it's relatively easy to just release the game, right? Just make it run in an emulator, wrapper, send it off to Sony or whatever, and just like re-release the game on modern platforms. But it really is not like that. It's so much more complicated.
Say what you will about William Regal.
Because of the deals that they made with wrestlers and stuff, like they can't just release the game. It genuinely requires like
Don't worry about Regal, Taz. He's been making
it genuinely requires paying these guys like stupid amounts of money.
Don't stick with something that long unless you're good at it.
Elite Nova, I guess it's more so locking personas behind online modes, so once the game shuts down, you can never get them. That's a good point. I'm not a big fan of that. I wish that they would release like a DLC pack when the game shuts down, to be like, here's a DLC pack, it's on sale for like the last year the game's online, and it contains all the personas, and it contains all of the like weird island unlockables that like no one cares about anymore.
I'll tell you, as long as these superstars have got anything left in the tank,
Dan, it's a good idea with them having a deal with 2K. It will have too much impact on it. I think my short-term memory's let me down there.
this one could still go either way, Cole.
It sure could. It's not over until the referee calls for the bell.
Country Boy, I understand this is not possible. Exactly, yeah. I mean, hey, you absolutely pray to whatever god you have that perhaps the SmackDown 1 and 2 remasters could ever happen. As I said, I really think that there is a much better chance of modders creating PC native versions of these games that allow for modding, and there is a much better chance. What would be really cool is if you could get a PC native version of SmackDown 1 and 2, there's a possibility you could do like a complete graphic conversion, like do your own port. I mean, that is a massive undertaking. I don't see a modder doing that, but I don't know, man. There are some really passionate people in the modding scene that could potentially do like a full graphic overhaul of these games if there was like a native decomp for SmackDown 1 and 2. That would be really cool. Again, these things sound amazing, but like, are they ever gonna happen? Who fucking knows? Who knows? Elite Nova, they made WCW Ray, but he still has his mask on, which is inaccurate. I understand maybe WWE doesn't let them unmask Ray, but then why not use another wrestler? Oh, right, yeah. I get you. So instead of choosing WCW Ray, why not just do another, like, Billy Kidman? Or, I don't know, some other persona. Yeah, I mean, that's a fair point. I think some people get weird with some of the details, I've noticed. I find it quite interesting.
I couldn't agree more, Taz.
I watched the tail end of WCW, and I do remember Ray unmasking, but I would rather he probably kept the mask on, to be honest. I don't think I'm overly clamoring for a Ray version that doesn't have his mask. On the flip side, though, the Kane 01 model that they made, the original Kane 98 model that they made was so bad. So I'm really glad that they like fixed that. So it's a weird thing of like, I don't think I'm overly bothered about Ray having a mask because I think he looks better with a mask. But at the same time, Kane 98 was like, that was a horrendous model that they made, and they were selling that in one of the collector's editions. One of the deluxe editions had like a Kane model that just the mouth on the mask moved with the mouth, so like the mouth was like opening on the mask, even though the mask is supposed to be one solid piece. It was so weird. Anyway,
He's climbing the turnbuckle. Will this pay off?
yeah, we aren't given this Kane theme because it's inaccurate, but then do that with Ray. I mean, that is fair. That is a fair point. I don't think 2K is that bothered about realism, but I guess in some cases they are. I wonder if it comes down to licensing, you know, because that song is, that Soul Chemical is licensed to Finger 11 or whatever the band's called.
Man, you talk about superstars.
Either way, it's in the game now. There's also another version of Kane's theme that's been added into the game as well, so there's definitely options for Kane now in terms of his theme. And I think I saw the status on his what's the status on Twitter suggesting to people to use a different Kane entrances in the game as well by selecting like Kane 2 for the new version of Kane for Kane 03. Then you'll have like a more accurate entrance, because apparently in Kane 03 he like adjusts an elbow pad that he doesn't have or something. Again, I'm not really that bothered about these little details. Seems a bit odd. I've watched that Kane 03 entrance again, and I still don't see where the elbow pad thing is, but whatever. I suppose you could use Spotify to play over the game. That is true. That is true.
Sports entertainment.
I can't help but agree, partner.
Or just get the PC version of the game and mod it. I think everyone, there's a much larger modding scene than there ever has been for these 2K games. And I think they're in a really tough position, because I think part of 2K wants to drop the PC platform. I think that dropping the island last year was testing the waters for that, because they didn't release the island because they knew that people were going to cheat. And I feel like in some ways, I think they're right. I think almost they probably have the data of like the vast majority of PC players probably buy the game but then do no microtransactions whatsoever, because they've probably got mods to bypass the stupid Persona system that they have already. And some people also bypass the DLC system as well. So there's probably like, they've probably got the data to say like PC players just don't make us money, and I think they would want to just get rid of it because like people just mod. But at the same time though, it's easy money. You know, you build the game for PC, so there's actually less optimization. You build the game for PC first, and then you pour it over to the consoles. So like it's probably easier for them just to deploy the PC version. I would imagine so anyway.
Pretty good back and forth action here, but you don't.
I remember modding in 2K19 was quite tedious compared to other games. To be fair, the main thing I like about 2K26 is more image space and cost slots. That's true. That is true. We finally, oh my god, William Regal won this match.
I had a feeling he was going to pull this out, Cole. I like this.
I thought The Rock was going to pull that one out there. Shame. Yeah, they finally embraced that next gen jump. Right, so we're finally in the next generation, so we're able to get larger more MS slots, more call slots, which is really, really nice as well. William Regal with a song I have never heard in my life. Okay. Was Regal ever a cowboy? Why has he got cowboy music? This animation's so long. I do appreciate it though. I like it because, you know, when you win the Rumble, especially with it being like 20 odd minutes, you want it to be like a huge celebration of winning the Rumble. Oh, it didn't even last the whole outro. The song didn't last the whole outro. That's hilarious. I want to try and do a WWE AEW Invasion storyline. I mean, you could probably do that. I feel like Universe Mode doesn't have the tools just now. I think that's one of the major downsides to 2K26 is that Universe Mode just isn't there yet, unfortunately. I think if we had like a story design, not even a story designer, but if we just had, I've always said that like Universe is so close to being a story designer. You just need to give us the ability to play the videos or play the cutscenes in the timeline. Like if they should change Universe mode to be like they did for Superstar mode. They should give you an option that like is a GM mode. I don't know why they don't do that. Give me an option of Universe mode that allows me to do some budgeting, morale management, or give me a version of Universe mode that like has really intricate detail, call it like Booker mode or something, and it allows me to create storylines. And you know, if I wanted a certain cutscene to play out at the end of a match, give me the option to do that. I don't know why they don't just do that. I know it probably is way more complicated than it sounds, but I don't know. Anyway, we have about half an hour left in the stream, and we have played through some matches here. I think we should play some general manager mode because let's do that. Elite Nova, they have so many cutscenes in the creative video, so at least that's their true, but you can only view the cutscenes in creative video in like a really small resolution, and that's not ideal when you're like, there's loads of content creators like myself who want to, I hate the word content, ugh. But there's lots of people online who want to create videos of their universe modes, and they use creative video to bypass that system by using creative video to create those cutscenes. But like, you can only view it in a tiny window, and it's just a pain in the butt. I'm heel. This is the most underrated game. That is a fair assumption. I didn't write it to lie. Let's have a look at general manager mode, shall we? I don't think I remember this one as much. We're going to draft the roster. Let's do a couple weeks here. So, yeah, so you've got Raw and SmackDown. Drafts will be alternated. I'd imagine SmackDown will probably have the first pick here. Raw has the Women's Championship. SmackDown has the Cruiserweight Championship. And although you are not required to draft all 20 superstars, it is recommended that you have 12 to 20. Johnny5985, welcome to the chat. Here comes the money or no mercy. Here comes the money? Why did I say money? Here comes the pain or no mercy. I personally prefer Here Comes the Pain. I never played No Mercy growing up, and I still haven't really played. Jord, I missed most of the stream, wasn't aware it was on. I know, I'm so sorry. I didn't plan this very well. I did say last week I was going to play SVR 06, but then I forgot to schedule the stream, so it didn't appear on your feed. I'm very, very sorry. I like Here Comes the Pain and Shut Your Mouth. I mean, honestly, they're great. Sorry, we should probably get on with this draft. Right, so we can sort for the popularity, which is what I usually do. And you can see here you've got the contract cost. So we are going to go big for our first hire. We're going to hire John Cena. Why not? And we're going to hire Cena for 3 months. Let's go 3 months. And they went for The Undertaker. So they might be going for the popularity straight off the bat. You know what? I'm going to go for Kurt Angle. Let's see if they go for Batista like immediately. Yeah, so they went for Batista. So they're just picking the popular hires. You see Shawn Michaels here, but Shawn Michaels is highlighted in blue. That's because he's a cruiserweight. So we can't. In fact, I'll put some music on the background. Sorry. So, yeah, Shawn Michaels highlighted in blue, which means it's cruiserweight, which is totally fine. But I cannot use cruiserweights because I don't have the cruiserweight title. I could use them in other facets of the show. I could put them into any title run that I want. But I think it would be better for SmackDown to just take them because I can't use them. Jordan, I watched the soccer game. Are you looking forward to the World Cup in the States? I have no knowledge or or take on football. I'm afraid I don't know anything about it. So if we're going to talk football, feel free to talk football in the chat, but you're going to talk it to me, it goes right over my head. So we get a choice here of Eddie Guerrero or Benoit. It should be an easy choice. We're going to go for Eddie. They're going to go for Benoit. They're probably going to pick Mysterio, which means I'll go for someone else. I'll go for JBL. They seem to be sticking to the popular votes, so... my brother is like... My oldest brother is like really excited for the World Cup, so he's been talking a lot about it. But yeah, I know nothing about it. Because Scotland qualified for the World Cup, though, Monday for us is a bank holiday for some reason. Don't know why. I guess they... I don't know how bank holidays work, but some higher up power decided that Monday is a bank holiday because we got into the World Cup. I was like, okay, I'll take... I know nothing. I care not for football, but I will take a free day off. Thank you kindly. So we ran into a really interesting situation here where I think the AI, I think the game will choose Trish, but the game cannot, like, SmackDown has no need for women because they don't have a women's championship. So I can pick Trish and then they'll probably pick Big Show, which is probably what I'll do here. Oh, so they pick Jericho. Shit, I actually wanted Jericho. Might need to bite the bullet. Go for some. Well, maybe the AI is not going to choose women then. Okay, well, I'll tell you what, I'll take Kane. No, I'll take Big Show for 6 months. That's a big cost. So they took Kane. That's fine. They've got Undertaker and Kane. I'm going to... So I only have one woman there, Trish Stratus. I'll go for Stacy Keibler. No, I won't. I'll do that later. Because they're not going to take Stacy, so I may as well just keep trying to get the men that I want for now. Let's go for Booker. I think Booker's a good shout. They've gone for Ric Flair. I'll go for Edge. Oh, I didn't put the legends in here. Fuck. If you press a button before doing the main draft, you can add the legend in here, and I really should have done that. Okay, that's fine. We're gonna do Edge for 6 months, I guess. Oh my god, they picked Stacy Keibler. See, I shouldn't have waited. But that's fine. We're gonna go for Tori Wilson. They picked Rob Van Dam. That's fair. Johnny, it's crazy that the word AI is more relevant than ever before. Yeah, sometimes when I say AI, I realize that I'm using the old term of AI, which is the computer deciding things based on its code, and not the neural language machine that exists now as an LLM, or what does LLM stand for? Something language model? Can't remember. Either way, when I say AI in this game, I'm talking about the good type of AI that we like and not this shitty one that's ruining the world right now. Let's go for Shelton Benjamin. He's cheap. Let's go for that. They've got Christian. I got Edge. So we can also go for... So this is when the roster really gets to the dregs. I think our last pick here will be Carlito. In fact, no, I'm going to go for 2 more picks after this. I'm going to go for Carlito here. Let's hire him for 3 months. And then we're going to get Lita for 3 months. And then we're going to get Christy Hemme for 6 months. And we're going to leave it there. So now we get a chance to draft our champions. So we can set our champions, or we can just move on if we want to. Now there is a reason that you would want to book your champions, because they do get like popularity boosts. So I think we should probably just give someone the champion. Let's... John Cena was our main guy. Let's give it to John Cena. And then we also have a tag team championship. We can give that to don't really have like a team. We could do Big Show, and Big Show and Kurt Angle could be a good team. I think they were maybe a team for a while. Hitman, good luck with GM mode in any WWE game. It's a pain in the backside if you don't know the game's mechanics well. That is true. It's true. The AI for this game is really weird though, because they'll just put they'll put all of their guys into like battle royals and cage matches at the end of their card, and it'll just kind of be like, yeah, it's just weird. The way that they book their shows is really bizarre. John Cena, I wonder if he'll amount to anything that WWE. Nah, I don't. He's just a rapper, you know? Just another rapper. Let's give Shelton Benjamin the IC title, and then we've got the Women's Championship here. Let's give it to the most popular women, which is Trish Stratus. And there are our champions. What a weird field that we have here. I'd like to be the first to congratulate you on your new position as General Manager, as the Chairman of the Board. I want to make sure you are well aware that WWE is all about the fans, and that's why you have a job, and your job is to grow your show's fan base. This will not be easy though, as the other GM will also be fighting for the same fans. At the end of the year, I will award the show that has the most fans with the GM of the Year award, the highest honor a general manager can receive. If you need any information about the day-to-day activities as a general manager, check out the JR or Taz report in the weekly report section at your desk. Good luck. Should have made Rated RKO the champs. Ooh, that's a good shout. Edge and Orton were yeah, they were. I think it just started around about 2006, yeah. So this is the first iteration of General Manager modes, and arguably, in some people's opinion, the best. So here we have the some of the stuff that we need are locked, but if we go to the reports, you can actually see there is like a line graph for the fans and stuff. So there's some good detail here for some of the stuff that we need, but we can't. It's fine. We can't see some of the stuff. If you need any help figuring out any of the GM's duties, then feel free to check out the My Report in the report section. So one good thing about this game is that you don't have rivalries by the looks of it. Sorry, you do have rivalries, but no storylines. So rivalries will happen by having so a rivalry can start by having two superstars face off in a singles match against each other, or by having a rivalry promo prior to starting their match. So to sustain the rivalry, the two superstars must both be in the same match every week. And the only way a rivalry can continue without a match is by running a promo. The longer a rivalry goes, the more bonus it will add to the match rating and the superstar's popularity level. But if you run the match too often and the same people win all the time, your feud can become stale. So we will see how this plays out shortly. You can also do trades, which are very cool, and there is also the free agency where you can hire more people. 2009 until 2019 was my era of WWE. Okay, that's a pretty decent chunk of time. So yeah, I wasn't really watching. Is there like an options? I don't see like a... Sometimes there's like an options menu of like, you can repeat the same card from last week or whatever, but either way, not seemingly working, so that's fine. Here we have the schedule. So we have our week 1, Raw and SmackDown, week 2, week 3, week 4, week 5. In week 5 here, we have a Backlash pay-per-view, where Backlash is a Raw show, so we will be running Backlash in 4 weeks' time. If we scroll down here to Judgment Day in Spain, that's blue, so that is a SmackDown show. And then we'll do here, Vengeance is a Raw show, American Bash is a SmackDown show, SummerSlam is Joe branded, so he's got a black banner because it's for both shows. Unforgiven is Raw, SmackDown is No Mercy, Taboo Tuesday is Raw, and then Survivor Series is both, and Armageddon is SmackDown. New Year's Revolution is Raw. Royal Rumble's both, and No Way Out is SmackDown, and then you have WrestleMania at the end of it. A nice little tidbit for this as well is that the calendar in this game is apparently based on a kind of real world schedule that WWE would do. So apparently in fact this is like Justin Leeper, who's one of the he was the key guy behind the SmackDown versus Raw Road to WrestleManias and stuff. When he was deciding the locations for the arenas and stuff in the Road to WrestleMania, and he did it in AEW Fight Forever when he did the story mode for AEW Fight Forever as well. He ensured that the locations that you go to were somewhat realistic, which I find a really nice little detail. So I'm really glad that they did that. Shall we book our first week? So we can do a preset card. If we press square, it will randomize a card, and you'll see it's just the weirdest fucking thing. So I don't think we're gonna do this card, but I think we should probably just do a blowout for our first show. John Cena vs. Kurt Angle isn't a bad show, to be perfectly honest, but I want to do, as I said, I want to do a blowout. So we're gonna do a Hell in a Cell. Now the thing about Hell in a Cells, you'll see that from the fatigue meter on the bottom there, that they do cost the most fatigue as well as the most money, because they're almost 50,000. So we want to put John Cena in a match with sure. I mean, we'll do Kurt. We'll put Kurt Angle in there, and we can put the WWE Championship on the line as well. So, I kind of wish I'd just left the empty card. Honestly, that's kind of a little bit annoying now. What I typically like to do as well is my promos. So you have 2 promo slots on any show, and these are the promos that you can do. Again, really quite simple. So you can highlight a new superstar, which you can do when you first hire someone. So this week we could do it, and it would boost the popularity of anyone that we've hired. But typically, if you are kind of think of it like a Veer is coming promo, where you will highlight someone who's coming soon, Veer, and you'll be able to like get a little bit of popularity for when they do eventually turn up on the show. Likewise, you can also start a rivalry or keep a rivalry going in place of a match, should you want to like give them a week off because they're going to be injured or whatever. In Active Superstar, if somebody isn't wrestling that week, they will lose popularity, but if you run this promo, you can stop them from losing popularity. Likewise, if somebody is injured, you can get a bit of popularity boost from them coming back. And yeah, there's some good stuff here. There's pay-per-view hype as well. I've never quite figured out how to use the pay-per-view hype. I usually do it like the week before the pay-per-view. Fair enough. We also have the main event hype. The main event hype is probably the best one to do. It costs a lot of money, 50k, but it doesn't really it'll boost the rating for that final match, which is quite nice. So you can do an advertising promo. This is one that I've always found quite interesting. You do an advertising promo and you're guaranteed to get $150,000 profit. So essentially, if I ran this, it would cover the whole cost of the show, and we would only lose money on salary this week. So we'd be covering at least the cost of the show, which is good to think about. The merchandise sponsorship I've always found quite interesting, because you don't know how much you're going to generate until you run the promo. So you could theoretically gain more than 150,000, but in my experience, I have found that you're more likely to gain less than 150,000. So maybe on average, you're probably better just doing the advertising promo. Elmo Likes to Simp is the best username ever. I used to spam advertising promo every week when I played this game. Exactly. And that's what I'm saying. So the advertising promo is probably the best one to go with, because on average, you're probably not going to be making over 150,000 from the merchandise sponsorship. Now, I could be wrong on that, but this is just from personal experience. I feel like I've never really made that much. So let's book our matches then. So we, first off, our first match is going to be our least popular people. It's going to be a fatal 4-way. In fact, no, it's going to be a fatal 4-way ladder match for the women's championship. I pressed the wrong button. Ladder, fatal 4-way for the women's championship. So we're going to put in the 4 women that we hired. No, I'm not, because apparently they can't do ladder matches. It's silly of me to even think that women could do ladder matches in this game. So we've got Trish Stratus, Tori Wilson, Lita, and we need Christy Hemme as the last woman on the card for the women's championship. Elsewhere, we're going to do, I mean, Edge and Booker T's had a pretty good match. So we will need to get rid of this match. It's kind of hard to see who's not been booked. This is the, oh no, you can, they're colored. Oh, it's literally right there. It says whether they're booked or not. So I'm just being a fucking idiot. Okay, so we have Shelton Benjamin. We could do Shelton Benjamin Carlito, I guess. For the Intercontinental Championship. So we should do this. This is one annoying thing from this game, is that if you were to change the match type to, say, a cage match, it'll change the participants in the match as well. So you have to go back in, reselect them, and then click continue, and then reset it as a title match, which is really, really frustrating, and it can lead to you making mistakes. So, okay, the flow of this card is like whack. So we've got a fatal 4-way for the Women's Championship being our first ever match on Raw. Edge and Booker T in the second match, which I don't hate. We've got an advertising promo, Carlito versus Shelton Benjamin, and a steel cage match for the Intercontinental Championship. JBL versus Big Show, TLC match, the main event hype, Eddie Guerrero versus Randy Orton in a singles match, and then the main event being Kurt Angle versus John Cena in a Hell in a Cell for the WWE Championship. Now, again, something that the next year game would implement is they expanded the rivalry system. They added in a bunch more promos, but they also added in the kind of pre-show. So you could do either Heat or Velocity before Raw or SmackDown, and that's an interesting thing that's not here in this game. It doesn't really give you any benefit to do Heat or Velocity, but it does allow you to boost some stats of people. But it does cost like fatigue and stuff, but the ratings of Heat and Velocity never impacted the full show. So yeah, I never really understood the point of doing it unless it was to generate popularity for people. I guess you could people can generate popularity for basically no risk on Heat and Velocity because it doesn't contribute, the stars don't contribute to anything. But anyway, as we will simulate our first match here, and you'll see that we have a new women's champion in Lita. Booker T gets the win over Edge. Carlito is the new Intercontinental Champion from climbing over the steel cage, we'll presume. There's a TLC match between JBL and the Big Show. JBL gets the win. Randy Orton gets the win over Eddie Guerrero, and the main event crowns a new WWE Champion, Kurt Angle, coming from the Hell in a Cell match. So now we will get a Jesus Christ. We get a thing at the end here. No fan change. So we had an equal show, typically speaking. We had a 3-star show, SmackDown had a 3-star show, and that's just how the first week went. So that's that. SmackDown's main event featured Triple H. Okay. John Cena, unfortunately, in the Hell in a Cell match, having a sprained knee. So he has a minor injury, which means we can still use him. We can still use him should we want to. Kurt Angle is now the new WWE champion, which is nice, assuming he's not injured. Batista had the sleeper match of the week. He's not on my show. Benoit had a good match, but he's not on my show. JBL had a big one. Cool, that's fine. So no fan change, nothing really to see here. But now we can, well, we have a few options, really. We can check our emails to see what we have in terms of emails. We can see here that John Cena suffered an injury, so he needs to be out for 4 weeks. As to not aggravate the injury. Now, technically speaking, we can use him, but we need to be really careful to make sure his fatigue doesn't go too high when he's injured already. So we also have, what else can we do here? Does this game not have the reports? So here you can see the card results. So this will just pick the most recent card. Holy shit. We had a 4.5 star. I've never done a 4.5 star in the first week. That's insane. So there we are. We had a baller main event that probably saved our show. We probably would have had a worse show than, in fact, the curve for the show is actually pretty good, to be fair. That's actually surprisingly good. Holy shit, I didn't think that would happen. But if you look at SmackDown, let's see, I bet they've got like a weird show. Oh no, they've not. They've got single matches. Oh, the AI is actually being, oh fuck, the AI is actually being really good this time around. If we go here, we see that there's a fan line. The fan support didn't change, so it's just a straight line for Raw and SmackDown, but as the weeks go on, it'll go up and down. And then there's a GR reports. This just helps you understand the rules, I guess. We don't need to go into it. I don't think it tells you anything that you wouldn't be able to figure out already. It just says that, like, yeah, ratings are dictated by matches. Matches, popularity, rivalries, match type, title match. Try keeping the match types varied to keep the crowd happy. No one wants to see the same match every week, or at least on the same spot in the match card every week. You want to make sure that you use the promo spots effectively to keep the promos going, and you also want to make sure that the same people aren't winning every single week as well. So there's quite a lot of things to keep track of should you wish to keep track of it. I wonder if we had any rivalries born. Oh, we do. We have 2 rivalries born from that episode of Raw. So we have Booker T and Edge, and we have Eddie Guerrero and Randy Orton. So those are our 2 main rivalries at the moment. Unfortunately, Cena and Kurt didn't generate a promo, didn't generate a rivalry, but that's fine because Cena's injured anyway, so we're not going to bother with that one. But theoretically, we could also do a trade as well. So should we want to ever have someone from SmackDown, theoretically, we could grab someone from SmackDown who is maybe unhappy, and we could try and steal them from the show should we want to, but we don't, so we're not going to do that right now. The free agency, I probably should have gone through there to add these people back in. What's really funny is the Hulk Hogan's are in here as separate entries. So I remember when I did play like a co-op GM mode with my brother, we both had a version of Hogan, which is really bizarre. I know my brother hated it though. We've never, well, me and him have never liked the idea of having multiple entries for people. It's like literally in 2K26, was it this week or so? They've literally just added like 4 versions of Roman Reigns to the game. It's just silly. I hate when they take up all these different bits of the whatever. We can also view our roster and we can see like the popularities, we can see the morales, the injuries and stuff. So we can see the contract remaining as well. So there's a few people who will need to be renewed in a couple of weeks. So we need to make sure that we have money for that and any injuries that they may have occurred as well. Cena is the only guy who's injured right now, but Kurt is also got the same fatigue level. So he could potentially get a minor injury. Now, thankfully, everyone else seems to be okay for now. So we'll just leave that as it is. Financials is a really nice like receipt, so you can actually see in detail like where your revenues and your losses are coming from. So we have here the income from, like, you kind of just have a weekly income, right? So you have your live attendance and your television revenue. Those are just kind of going to be what they are. I'd imagine they might go up and down depending on the ratings. So if you have more people tuning into your show, then maybe you gain more money from that. But again, it comes into like the merchandise only made 12,000. So maybe if I ran a promo, I would have got more than that. But the advertising income was 150,000. So that was guaranteed 150,000. And in total income then was $579,000. And then at the expense here, you can see that there's match costs, promo costs, arena costs, and some other stuff that basically is like they are going to happen regardless, because you have to have an arena for an episode of Raw. You have to have matches. You have to have promos. It's just going to happen that way. Same with the trainers and the crew. They're always going to be there. They always cost whatever they cost. And unfortunately this week, in the first week, it's hard to read the income statement because the superstar contracts are always on there for that first week, and we've literally just hired everyone. So it's going to say like $6,000 because we just hired everyone. So my net loss, unfortunately, is $5 million, which is insane. You would get, in real life, you would get fired for that if you were doing a net loss of $5 million. But even then, our income was 579, so that's actually not too bad. I think the loss there is not much. It's 200,000. Kind of hard to read. Let's do week 2, shall we? So we have, I like to do my promos first. Now we do have an injured superstar, so I wonder if maybe we should do, well, I don't even know if I want to do an inactive superstar because it's going to be off for 4 weeks, and I'm not going to run that promo 4 weeks in a row. So I tell you what, maybe I should actually just do the matches first. So we had a rivalry. I have really bad memory issues, if you can't already tell. So I need to check what my rivalries were again. Orton and Guerrero, Booker T and Edge. Okay, Guerrero and Orton. I think I'm going to put Guerrero and Orton in the main event this week because they did really well last week. Guerrero and Orton. So let's just leave that as it is for now. Our second main event then is going to be Booker T and Edge. I may change the match types, but I just want to get the card looking the way it does just now. If anything, actually, I think I wanted to keep. Kurt off the show. Let's do a science experiment, shall we? Let's run. Let's run inactive for Angle because we're going to be using him next week, and we'll run a merchandise sponsorship, and we'll see how much we get from the merchandise to see if it is actually worth doing, because it probably isn't. Which means that we have other things to do. Let's chuck the women into a tag team. In fact, no. Can't do Fulfill Your Fantasy, god damn it. Why does it take so much fatigue to do a Fulfill Your Fantasy? It's a fucking pillow fight. Who's gonna get injured in a pillow fight? If you have ever been injured in a pillow fight, speak up in the comments right now, because I guarantee you no one's been injured ever in a pillow fight. Okay. So we have Trish Stratus, and we also need Tori Wilson. Let's just do a tag team match. Why not? That's fun, isn't it? So you see this week, we're going to go a little chiller this week because I don't want to injure my guys. I really don't want to injure my guys. So we can do Big Show Carlito. That sounds horrendous. I guess I should probably keep an eye on the popularities. So I could also do the inactive superstar to see who's not been booked. So we can do JBL and Shelton is the only two people left. That's fine. I mean, we could theoretically hire people, right? We could just expand the roster for no particular reason, but if we go to the free agency, we can theoretically pick anyone we want. So in popularity order, we could grab Rene Dupree and Chavo to fill out the cards if we really wanted to. I think actually Chavo. Okay, so if you ever played this game before, there's an exploit you can do for GM mode, and basically the exploit is to do a 1-on-3 handicap match. And what you do is you do 1-on-3 handicap matches. You pick someone with a rubbish popularity, someone like a Chavo, and you put them against 3 people, and you just do that in every slot on the card. And by doing that, you will probably injure your person, Chavo Guerrero. You're probably going to injure them, but everyone that they face will get a massive popularity boost. So you can basically generate unlimited popularity by just injuring the cheap people. So like if you were to, literally there's so many people here, Mark Jindrak, Charlie Haas, Big Dudley, these guys have no popularity. They're not worth building up. So you could just put them into 1-on-3 handicap matches, get their ass beat, they'll get injured, they'll build the popularity of the 3 other people, and then you can just get rid of them when they're injured. Like, it's so fucked up. But that is like one of the best exploits you can do in this game. But we're gonna play it proper. We're gonna do this proper. I'll tell you what we'll do is we will change the first match to not be a tag team match. If we just simplify it down to this, Trish Stratus and Lita, obviously. God, that match sucks. Yeah, so this is what we're looking at then. So Trish Stratus, Lita for the Women's Championship. I've put them in the first slot again. That probably fans might not like that. Tori Wilson, Chris Hemme is going to bomb because they've got no popularity. Let's do an experiment to see if the merchandise sponsor is actually any good. And then we also have JBL, Shelton Benjamin, Big Show, Carlito. Fuck it, we'll put the IC title on the line. We have an inactive superstar promo for Kurt Angle because we want to rest him while he still has the championship. And then Dan, yeah, unfortunately we did do a draft. It was a quick one though. You didn't miss anything crazy, I don't think. Match 5 then is going to be Edge and Booker. Now that is our feud, so that could be a good one. And Orton Guerrero was one of the better matches from last week, so we're going to see if this does well here as well. Simulate all, simulate. If you've seen that up, down, down. Simulate. I hope Xavier Woods kept the up, down, down branding channel in the settlement, in the divorce. So Trish Stratus has won back the Women's Championship, which is very cool. Tori Wilson wins her match. JBL wins his match. Carlito has retained the Intercontinental Championship. Booker T gets the win, and Eddie Guerrero gets the win. Now, I think Booker won last week as well, so we're going to have to, well, we don't need to, but we're going to have to make sure that Edge gets the win. Likewise, it looks like Eddie got the win here, so that is different from last week. So hopefully that's good. So again, SmackDown probably did better. Yeah, fan change SmackDown, 120,000 fans. Now, here's the thing though, I bet if I look at their card, I bet they have injuries. Or maybe fatigue at the very least. So we only did a 2-star, they did a 3-star. It kind of makes sense. But they did do a title match here. Batista won their World Heavyweight Championship. We have new people in the free agency, and Eddie Guerrero pulled off a sleeper match. Cool, that's fine. So that means that last week's show maybe was okay. It was an okay rating overall. Maybe if I swapped those matches around, maybe that would have been a bit better. Maybe. Yeah, interesting. The thing is, I don't want to be putting on specialty matches all the time because you will injure your people and it becomes a ball ache to try and like keep everything running, essentially. Let's look at the financials though. So again, we ran the financials. See, I don't understand the promos. We ran a merchandising promo, but we only gained 16,000. So we didn't sell. Yeah, I don't understand. We sold more merchandise than we did last week, but we didn't really gain like a huge amount. So I would rather stick to the 150,000 that's guaranteed from the advertising promo, because the merchandise one doesn't get you anything. But here we see a much better indication of the actual revenue this time around, because our total income for the show was 400,000. The outgoings was only 120,000. So we actually made money. We made almost 300k from that show. And that's without even the advertising promo. But that's good. That's more accurate to what last week's was because of those contracts. Likewise, we can then look at the rivalries and we can see that Booker T and Edge, good. It's only been a week, but all good. Lita and Trish Stratus just started a feud. Carlito and Big Show started a feud. JBL, Shelton Benjamin started a feud. Hemi and Wilson also started a feud. And Eddie Guerrero Orton, good. That's fine. Now, theoretically, I keep saying theoretically. Now, we don't need to keep these feuds going. We don't need to put Christy Hemi and Tori Wilson in a match, but just by doing a singles match with them, it starts a rivalry. So we can keep these going should we want to. And I guess in a way you are kind of encouraged to, because you'll want to do these matches, but you'll do them in like different parts of the card, so that way the people don't get exhausted and get bored of seeing the same thing over and over again. You know what though? I'm gonna write this down. Let's do one more week. But I want to test something. So the rivalries that I want to do: Booker T, Edge, Lita Trish, we'll do Carlito Big Show. You need to get like a book for this shit. I'm using a whiteboard. Do I want to keep that feud? I don't know. Guerrero and Orton. JBL and Shelton, sure, why not? Let's have that as a feud. Okay, so we have 5 rivalries, 5 matches already on the card here. Now, I guess what I want to figure out then is what do I want to put Kurt Angle in for the pay-per-view? Because I've only got a week to build it up. So I need to hire someone. So I'm going to hire a big hire. I'm going to hire The Rock for 6 months. He's going to be our guy. Fuck it. We're also going to buy Austin for 5 weeks. I think I need a third. So I'm going to go for Jake Roberts for 5 weeks, and we'll see where we're at. I don't think we're going to get to 5 weeks, so I wouldn't worry about it. So our main event then, fatigue permitting. I need to actually check how people's fatigues are. So if we go to the roster here, sort. So Carlito actually has a really high fatigue. I'm gonna run that though. I'm gonna keep going with that. Single matches don't tend to take too much fatigue, so I think we're okay for now. What we can also do is we could theoretically run a new superstar promo for these guys, but their popularity is pretty high, so I don't think I'm going to bother with that one right now. We're just going to do advertising promos. Fuck it. It's guaranteed money. It's 300k. That'll definitely offset the contracts that we just paid. So what we could do is I'm going to put Eddie and Orton in the opening match, and it's going to be a first blood. Annoyingly, actually, that is a little bit tiring for these guys. What's a hardcore? Four blocks of fatigue. Table's only 3. Submission is 2. We could do a submission match between Eddie and Orton. That could be interesting. So let's see if the crowd wants that. Let's see if the live audience wants that. That's going to be our opening match. Then we're going to have a bit of a dip in the card, I suppose, because we're going to do... I guess we could do Hemi Wilson. We did that last week, but it wasn't in the slot at least, so we should be able to get away with that. Wilson and Hemi. Let's just do a singles match. Not important, really. Carlito Big Show. So again, Carlito isn't feeling too great. So let's put him in a First Blood match. Okay, so let's see if Carlito is able to survive First Blood match. Fuck it, it's going to be for the IC title as well. Which means that we now need to do Booker T and Edge. Yeah. Booker T and Edge then in the main event. What else are we missing? JBL Shelton. Which leaves our match 4 open then. And I think that's where I want to use Kurt. So I think we're just going to do a singles match. We want to start a rivalry here. So let's start by doing... Who do we want Kurt to face though? That's the thing. So I guess Rock was our guy, right? So let's just start. Let's see if we can start a feud then with Rock. I feel like that's going to be a much higher rating than these other matches, but there's no easy way to move the matches, so I'm just gonna roll with it. Okay, so we're simulating. Eddie Guerrero won again. That's not ideal. I think the crowd might not be happy with that. Carlito also won again. That might not be good. Kurt Angle did win. That's good. And Ed, that's good that Edge won that. That means that they'll be happy with that feud. Fan change SmackDown again, unfortunately, but oh my god, they got more. 200,000. Fuck. Does that mean that they're having better shows? 3 stars? 2 stars? Oh man. See, I don't know if maybe like because they were, maybe the match flow, the show flow isn't very good. So maybe I do need to be ensuring that I put the lower rating at the start of the show and the higher rating at the end. Maybe I need to be more careful of that. Shit. If we look at the line for the fan support, you're going to see here that we have a divide. We are unfortunately losing by quite a bit. But that's okay. You know, it's totally fine. They hired... Oh, I wanted to see what their roster was. I wanted to see if they actually hired anyone. Hogan 80s. They hired... Okay, so they hired Hogan 80s. So they hired 1 person, whereas we hired 3. So, but you can see here, their people's popularities are going down. Some of their main eventers are going down, and they don't seem to have any fatigue, which is a bit weird. I think the game's cheating. Oh, the game's defo cheating. They're doing battle royals and First Blood matches, and you're telling me there's no fatigue on these guys? Alright. Oh wow, they actually are just... They've done First Bloods every week and a battle royal. Alright, that's fine. So what was that other feud that we were doing then? We were doing... we started Kurt Angle Rock. I think that's our whole show there. Booker T, Edge, Lita, Trish, Carlito, Big Show, Eddie, Eddie and Orton, JBL, Shelton, and Kurt and Rock. So that is going to be our show. That's also going to be the pay-per-view. So, we are. Well, do you know what? I'm just going to put single matches on with the pay-per-view card, and that I'm just going to run with that. So we've got Kurt and The Rock. Actually, I should check to see what my card is. So that definitely needs to be the main event, because that is like the highest profile match that we've got. Next up would be Orton, Eddie, So Orton Eddie would be match 5. I guess Carlito Big Show would be 4. Shelton Benjamin JBL is going to be 3. Which leaves Lita and Trish at 2. That must be 1. Booker T and Edge. Yes, that'll be 2. Oh, so we have to ditch the Hemi Wilson feud. Oh, it's only 1.5 star. What a shame. What a shame to be losing that feud. It's fine, we'll survive. Okay, so then we want to do Eddie Orton. Oh wow, that's fucking weird that the game just decided to do that. That's like, that was exactly the match I went to book. Why did it do that? So that is Eddie Orton. Carlito Big Show. JBL Shelton. Booker T and Edge. It would be nice to see what the fatigue levels are from this screen, which I think is something that they actually do in the next game. But yeah, it would be good to see what the fatigue levels are. Oh, everyone's fine. Easy. Actually, our pay-per-view is coming up, so I'm going to do pay-per-view hype for both because it's literally next week. So we want to get our hype set for that. Booker T and Edge, which means that our first match is going to be Lita and Trish. There we are. So this is our card. This is actually our card for the pay-per-view as well. Throwing in the pay-per-view hypes in there as well. So here we are then. Lita Trish, Booker T Edge, JBL Shelton, Carlito Big Show, Eddie Guerrero Orton, and our main event, Kurt Angle versus The Rock. Hopefully, oh good, Orton won that one. That's good because Eddie's been winning. Carlito won again. That is not ideal. I think everything else is probably okay though. Oh, we got a fan change for Raw, 100,000. That's really good. That definitely is very, very good. So, oh, we've not been checking the emails. Oh, that's not good. That's fine. Everyone's contract's expiring, but we can probably do that after the pay-per-view. You'll see already, though, that the show cost for a pay-per-view is already higher. It's 150,000 just to run a fucking pay-per-view already. Oh, sorry, this is last week's show. But that's fine. We unfortunately probably didn't make as much from... oh, we still made a profit. 200... wait, no. Yeah, 100... Our net profit loss 250,000. So yeah, that's probably right. Right. So it's pay-per-view time. This is our big show, guys. So we need to ensure that we do the best that we can here. So, okay, we're gonna do last man standing. The most fatigue you can do for a match. But it's going to be Kurt Angle versus The Rock for the WWE Championship. Then it's going to be Carlito Big Show. That's going to be in a cage match. Why not? I feel like they did a cage match before. No harm in doing it again. It's going to be Big Show Carlito. Then it's going to be... Oh no, that's not right. That's not right. That should be Eddie and Orton. And you know what? I'm going to keep it as a cage match. What we'll do then in that case is we'll put Carlito Big Show here, but we'll do it in a fucking ladder match. In fact, no. Yeah, ladder match. Because Big Show is very well known for doing ladder matches. Match 3 then is JBL Shelton. That's going to be First Blood. Match 2 is going to be Booker T and Edge. That can be table. Special referee. I'm worried that that'll think it's a triple threat match. What's the table? That's going to be Booker T and Edge. And our match 1, or can we finally do it? We still can't do Fulfill Your Fantasy. How do you do it? Can you not? I thought I'd be able to do it. I wonder if I should just drop that. So I've got the choice here to do pay-per-views only. This is a pay-per-view. This is Backlash. Steve Austin, Jake Roberts. So do we do Steve Austin and Jake Roberts, or do we do? Oh yeah, you know what? We will. It's a shame to lose the rivalry. Lee and Trish. I mean, their popularities aren't great. Maybe you need to unlock it. I don't know. I don't know why it's not letting me do it. Do you know? Something tells me it might be a specialty match in like SummerSlam. I think it can only be done at SummerSlam. Fuck it. I'm gonna stick to my conviction. It just means that it won't be a specialty match because I don't think women can do specialty matches in this game. But it'll be. Is the game smart enough to know that a Fatal 4-Way can continue the feud? Because I can just put all 4 women in the... Oh, we can do a Battle Royal. That could be cool. 4-person Battle Royal with Trish, Tori, Hemi, and Lita. I think that's the best way to do it. And there we are, the Women's Championship. I believe it is. Like, it has to be SummerSlam. I feel like it's a match you can only do like one specific pay-per-view, and I feel like something in my brain's telling me, now this is an expensive show. You would not be doing this. Oh, it's not SummerSlam exclusive. Oh, well. Like if you were running this show, if you were going to be running this calendar year, I mean, we're not going to continue this GM mode beyond this, but like you would not be doing this. No way would you be doing a show that costs $270,000 that's most likely going to injure every single person on this card. But I personally think this is a really good pay-per-view here. So we have a Fatal 4-Way for the Women's Championship. Sorry, a 4-Way Battle Royal, I should say. A table match, Booker T and Edge. JBL, Shelton Benjamin, First Blood. Ladder match for the IC title, Big Show vs. Carlito. Steel cage match, Eddie Guerrero, Randy Orton. And last man standing, The Rock versus Kurt Angle for the WWE Championship. That is a fucking card. You can't tell me otherwise. I'm going to double check our feuds though, because I think I already did that, but I'm just going to double check. Welcome in Sky. Day of Reckoning is the most underrated, but this is certainly top tier. That's a very good point. Day of Reckoning is fantastic. I love playing that game. But yeah, all of our feuds are good for now. So I think we're good. Oddly enough, these old GMs were good at doing what the 2K26 is now trying to do. I agree. I think they're in this weird bit of like, we're trying to go simulation with our GM mode, but also like, we don't want to go full simulation. But they need to commit. They need to commit and just make this style. This is the GM mode I want to play. I fucking love playing this. Anyway, right. So this is our field. Let's lock that in. We are going to simulate. We're going to simulate all of the matches here. Tori Wilson is our new women's champion. Booker T wins the table match. JBL wins the first blood match. Carlito retains the IC title. That feud is gonna. I think this feud's gonna get us a thumb in the middle, because I think Carlito keeps winning. Orton wins the steel cage match, and then The Rock becomes the new WWE steel cage champion. Sure, why not? It becomes the new WWE champion in this last man standing match. So, that has to be a good Rock fan change. 600,000. I've put on the best pay-per-view I could possibly. 4 stars. 4. That's amazing. I was hoping for more, but 4 stars, I'll take it. Oh, so close to a 5-star main event. Meltzer, fucking hell. I need to like host it in Tokyo or something. But the flow of the show is pretty good. We probably could have swapped. I underestimated that again. Booker T and Edge, they're doing a little better than I thought they were. I guess changing that up probably. I'm surprised that didn't do too well. Sky, the only thing that GM mode needed was that you should be able to pick the winners without having to play the games. Also, the feed system didn't really work. I mean, that's fair. That's fair. I'm not a huge fan of how the current 2K games do it, where you use a power card to like choose a winner. That's kind of annoying. It should just be a feature, really. Did I lose people? No. I've got till the end of this week, so yeah, there are 4 people here that I need to renew. I'd like to keep Kurt for a while, so I think I'm just going to blow money and keep him. Jesus, 800. So that's good. Orton, we will definitely keep for another 5 weeks. I guess it costs you more in the long term to keep doing that. But yeah. Did Tori just win the title? I feel like did she just win the title? Yeah, Tori just won the title. In that case, I'm gonna have to keep her for 5 weeks because, in fact, fuck it, I'll keep her for 3 months. The problem with doing the draft in this game, and it's kind of something they've not really figured out yet, is when John Cena's unsatisfied because he hasn't been used in X amount of weeks. The time off is fine, but I'm starting to get ring rust. I know, but you are injured, sir. So you'll be back next week. Big Show's also unsatisfied. Is that because he keeps losing? Loss after loss. How about you fucking win a match? Shelton Benjamin also is probably not happy because he keeps losing. Start winning matches. Did our rivalries survive the pay-per-view? They did survive the pay-per-view. All right. So yeah, I mean, this is how you play the game. You just have to make sure that your rivalries are going, and you can book these shows really, really well. And there's a little bit of morale management as well. But I mean, my financials are definitely dropping. That pay-per-view probably didn't help. That was a very expensive pay-per-view that you normally would not do. Like, you would not do that kind of pay-per-view if you were playing, into the year. But I mean, that was a big fan uptick for us. That actually put us in the lead because we got a 600,000 fan change, which is insane. If we had done a 5-star show, I have seen, I'm pretty sure that me and my brother did this back when I was a kid, and I swear, we've done a whole, maybe not a milli, but there have been massive changes from winning a pay-per-view or something. So God, this game's insane. I'm having so much fun playing GM mode, but maybe I shouldn't have blew all that money on that pay-per-view. But hey, we have time to make our money back, right? Because we don't have. This is the downside of the pay-per-view structure, is that we've made a huge dent here with 600k, but SmackDown likewise has the option to do that next month. They can turn the tide, so we need to make sure that we stay on top of them for the next 4 weeks. And yeah, like obviously we've got Vengeance coming up as well, so yeah, just something to bear in mind as we go into these pay-per-views. I think the annoying thing about this game is the rivalries can end when you don't want them to. And I remember back when I was playing this before that like quite often you're trying to build these feuds to the pay-per-view and then they'd end up just finishing too early, and it's really annoying. Nugget Dan would be interested to see you do a series of this. Oh my god. I'm not gonna rule it out. I'm really not gonna rule it out. I love playing this game and the GM mode. I love this GM mode in particular. I just think there's something about the simplicity of it. Like it's a deep mode, but the simplicity of it makes it really fun. And I don't think the 07 is the closest to it. 08 loses it entirely because the 08 GM mode, having to do the daily management thing, is like exhausting. Also, I just don't think the roster is as good in 08. But yeah, 100% we should play this again. 100% we should play this again. I would love to find a player 2. I think if I could find a player 2, I would love to play this. I don't know how we would do that or how we would format it or anything like that, but oh man, we should play this again, definitely. But for now, unfortunately, we have come to the end of our time. Thank you so much for bearing with me as we as a little change in the schedule, as I'm doing a Saturday stream instead of a Friday because Summer Games Fest took over the festivities yesterday. But Summer Games Fest was fantastic. I really loved the game reveals, and of course, finally, Final Fantasy VII Revelations. Oh my god, I'm so happy that game is coming out. And yeah, so Hitman, use Parsec. It's super easy to do, and I'd be down if you do that. Ooh, yeah, we should. I know Parsec. I know of it, but yeah, I've never used it though. That's the thing. I'm so hyped for Veronica. Of course, like there's so many like weirdly big things that are coming out. Code Veronica remake is going to be sick. I wasn't sure they were going to do it because Veronica is one of the bigger Resident Evil games, so I wasn't sure they were actually going to do it or not. I've came over to YouTube to watch the draft back. Well, I'm sorry that you missed it, but hey, that's a good thing about YouTube is you can go back and watch it anytime. So enjoy the draft, I guess. I don't know if my commentary is actually insightful. I kind of just talk. I'm just hoping that I hope that it's okay for you guys. But yeah, that's going to be us for today. Thank you everyone for being here. This is a crazy stream that like somebody had suggested it last week and I was like, oh my god, I should totally play this game. I don't have a review for this game scheduled this year, or at least it's not on the list of games that I was going to play this year. So I'm really glad that I can't remember who suggested it last week, but whoever did, you're a fucking legend. Thank you so much for suggesting that. We should get another game of this on the go. I think GM mode's really where it's at though. I want to play the season mode as well. Maybe our Sundays could also be the season mode for this game as well. There's so many things in my head right now. But yeah, that's going to be us for today. Thank you so much for watching. If you did enjoy, please subscribe, follow, whatever platform you're on. Just do the things, you know the things. And yeah, I'll see you guys on Tuesday for the I think it's SmackDown vs. Raw 07 review. That's a good one. I think you guys are really going to enjoy the SmackDown vs. Raw 07 review on Tuesday. And then on Friday, next Friday, I'm actually going to double check that I'm actually free that Friday because I might need to move the stream again. I'm free that Friday. So next Friday we'll be streaming SmackDown vs. Raw 2007. So if you want to see season mode in that game, Then tune in next week on Friday. And then Sunday, you'll have Season Mode Sundays, whatever. I don't even know what series we're on now. So, yeah. Season Mode will be a great series. I'm well ahead of you. We'll do it. But yeah, I hope everyone has a great weekend and a great week ahead. And I'll see you guys next week. Bye for... I don't know why I'm saluting. I do this thing. Bye for now. That's a good idea, Jonathan. We should totally do season mode, and I think we will at some point, but definitely not tonight. Thank you.
Thank you.